Good afternoon, Knights. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jeff Laux, and today is Thursday, October 27th, 2022. Here's your nightly news update. UCF Downtown Student Services brings back their Wellbeing Expo event since hosting their last one in 2019. This event shows students an array of ways to better their lifestyles. Nightly news reporter Crystal Tismay explains more on how students have benefited from this expo.
While seeing many factors weigh into students' overall health, UCF Downtown Student Services saw an opportunity to hold a Wellbeing Expo. This expo helped students understand how to take better care of themselves, whether it was mentally or physically. Tim Donovan, Associate Director of Downtown Student Services, explains that students were able to learn about resources available to them.
Not only are students able to learn about the resources that benefit their well-being, but they actually get to engage with them and do activities at each and everything to benefit them, be it from a stress reduction activity to an opportunity to get a flu shot, to even doing like a budgeting activity or something of the sort.
Donovan also says that a student's mental health plays a key role as well. Things like academic stress can be one of the main contributors to a student's lack of well-being. According to the American Psychological Association, up to 87% of college students say that school is their primary source of stress. With that being said, they tend to put everything to the side and focus on just that, and forgetting about their well-being altogether. This is why Downtown Student Services pushes students to explore resources. Freshman Daphne Polk gives her perspective on the importance of a student's well-being.
I definitely think that it's important for students to take more time to check on the well-being because, if we keep on going and going and going, then we're just going to stop one day because the mental exhaustion is too real.
Though it may be a struggle at times, students have resources at their disposal to help them. In Orlando, Crystal Tismay, UCF Knightly News.
UCF Downtown Student Services hopes to continue to hold events like this to better students' mental and physical well-being. On Tuesday, Lambda Alpha Epsilon hosted their annual domestic violence charity auction. For the first time since 2019, the annual domestic violence charity auction is back in person. The event honored UCF alumna Amy Kuritar, who lost her life due to a domestic violence tragedy. The Kuritar family have created a scholarship in her memory. 100% of the funds from the auction go directly to there. Lieutenant Joanne Eckstein was Kuritar's best friend and attends the event every year. She urges students to pay attention to signs of domestic violence.
When somebody exhibits the tendency to be violent and hurt someone, showing that type of power over someone and controlling them will only get worse.
To show support, you can visit the Lambda Alpha Epsilon's website. This week starts midterm election early voting. Nightly News reporter Savannah Younger tells us more about the possible voting turnout for this year's election.
During the 2020 presidential election, UCF had a 107.56% voting turnout rate per precinct 538, according to UCF Today. The voting rate overall was 75% for UCF students. Will this year's midterm election have a high turnout rate compared to the 2020 presidential election? Political science professor Dr. John Hanley says midterm election turnout is generally low.
In the presidential election, you have clear choice between two major parties, candidates who are in the public eye a lot. In the midterm election, there's not the same level of hubbub around it.
Students across campus also believe that this election turnout won't be high for UCF either.
Compared to the last presidential election where I feel like there's maybe socially it felt like there's more at stake. There's always something at stake though.
An issue that some students have been facing is that they are not able to vote on campus due to the fact they are not registered voters where their dorm or apartment is located. Florida has an absentee ballot that allows any voter to request a ballot by mail. Political science professor Aubrey Jewett says requesting a mail ballot can be really beneficial for students.
If they request a mail ballot, that gives them plenty of time. It's very convenient. They can fill it out in the comfort of their living room at, or dorm or wherever, put it back in the mail as long as they give themselves at least a week or so to get it back in. And the process works pretty well.
The last day to request an absentee ballot is October 29th at 5 p.m. In Orlando, Savannah Younger, UCF Knightly News.
To request a mail ballot online, visit myfloridaelections.com. Now, let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today's high is 84 degrees with mostly cloudy skies in the morning and a 70% chance of rain. Tonight, the low is 70 degrees with a 60% chance of rain. Make sure you keep your umbrellas close by throughout the day. Tomorrow's high is 85 degrees with partly cloudy skies and a 45% chance of rain. Tune in to our nightly news tomorrow to hear about the 5-day forecast for next week. That's all we have for now. Make sure to keep up with all that's happening throughout the week by following us on Instagram at UCF Knightly News, and check back here tomorrow for another nightly news update. I'm Jeff Laux. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.